Hello and welcome back to OWTV. My name is ShoddyFlow, and today I'm joined by NTMR's main support, NenWhy. First of all, thank you so much for joining us, and how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So first of all, jumping into your match versus Sakura, what were your expectations going into this game? You know, Sakura seemed really keen to punch up and cause the upset. How concerned were you and the team going into this match?
I wasn't concerned really at all. I expected a 3-0 from us. We've been doing really good in scrims, practice. I like Sakura and like all their friends, but I expected it to be a pretty easy win against them.
For sure, yeah. So on Samoa specifically, we saw a Zarya mirror come out. They did it with the Cass and the Sim, while your team did it with Cass and Tracer at the start. What's the difference in that matchup here? You know, how does your comp win that out?
I mean, we've been experimenting a lot, and we can really, if like Rocket specifically, or I mean the whole team, but in this case, Rocket is very flexible in being able to play Symmetra, Tracer, or whatever flex DPS we want. Kind of forgot the conversation we had that led to the Cast Tracer comp, but we figured it would just be good against Sakura because they have Zomba. We probably expected Zomba to be on Tracer, but he rolls out on the Sim.
Gotcha, yeah. So in that kind of composition, what is your role within that? You know, what are you specifically responsible for?
My job is relatively pretty easy. It kind of comes up to my teammates. We're mostly Seeker. I'm just gonna be speeding him around, and he's just gonna run around the whole map shooting heads. And that's what we saw in Samoa. He was going crazy. He got like a 5K like first phase or something.
Yeah, he went crazy. And then, you know, on Esperanca, we saw you start in the Zarya mirror yet again, but then you guys ended up swapping over to the Ramatra. What was the thought process behind that swap specifically?
So we started that map with an Orisa ban. Forgot who brought it up, but somebody told PK, like, if you just want to ban Orisa, swap Ram if you want. Because we expected Zeb to be on Zarya. And we also felt like we probably would just win the mirror anyways. But PK also likes to play Ram, so if we just want to try him on there in the official, why not? He eventually did swap, and after the map, he kind of said, like, oh, I didn't have to swap Ram there. It didn't even feel like it. I was just blocking the whole time. Just pretty funny on there.
Yeah, for sure. We saw you on that map take the boop perk for Lucio, but then you also on Samoa ended up using the the amp it up active during your beat drop perk. What for you are the different use cases for each perk?
Honestly, I grabbed it by accident on Esper, but even like in the early part of this stage, I was grabbing the boop perk a lot, trying it when it first came out. It does feel really good. I think all of Lucio's perks are good right now. Except I wouldn't recommend the boop into fire rate perk combo. I don't think that's as strong as the other ones. I think you can really just pick the perks based on vibes, to be honest. Because I do usually grab the amp it up almost all the time. Grabbing the boop one is still really good, and it also felt pretty solid. Because if I just boop the tracer once, he's insta cleared. It does so much damage. So I think you can just really grab it based on how you feel the map's going.
Gotcha. And then on Suravasa, you know, back to the Zarya mirror, but this time you guys didn't end up making the swap to Ram. You maybe touched on it already a little bit with Painkiller, just feeling like all he was doing was blocking. But why specifically did you feel like you didn't need to swap to Ram on this map?
I don't know. We didn't really talk about the swaps all too much. I mean, we were just doing really good with the Zarya. Probably just no point in swapping.
For sure, just rolling.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you've been with NTMR for a few weeks now. How has the experience been? And, you know, how has it been working with these new players, you know, past Overwatch League players, tons of experience? How's it been for you?
It's awesome. I love the team so much. It's definitely my favorite. I mean, I don't have many different team experiences. I was with the Extinction and Avidity core for a while, more specifically like Ray Linney, and then also like all of my teammates kind of came to me. Where this time when I went to NTMR, I left the team and joined them to just a completely new environment. And it's been great. The staff, the coaches, and the players, they've all been so nice and patient and just really helping me through improve and get to their level. And it's really nice.
That's great to hear. Yeah. Does it feel like a bit of a step up compared to all your previous teams in terms of, you know, expectations or just level of play?
Yeah. It's insane how like seeing how these top teams can like think and work and like these top players. This time, like when I was working with Avidity, it was a lot of like coaching help. But when I came into NTMR, it's just the way the players communicate with each other and try to work things out. I've never seen it before, and it's just insane. Like how efficient they are, how hungry they are to improve, and whatever like it takes to just get onto the same level, really improve together.
For sure. Yeah. Who's been your favorite new teammate over there on NTMR?
I mean, it's really hard. I can't like it's hard to like tier break it. because I think everybody's been great. Everybody's super fun and chill to play and hang out with. But if there was somebody like that, definitely like I wasn't like expecting so much from is probably Rocket. I'd say like Rocket's been like so insane. He's just so crazy at the game. He's really smart and he grinds so much. Before I joined the team, I wasn't like too familiar with him, as I've only like had little experience playing against him, and I haven't really watched him. So I kind of like expect him to just be like mostly a tracer specialist, but he's just so flexible and insane, and I feel a little bad about it, but he's really good. I love playing with him.
Yeah, it's been awesome to watch him really step up this year. So, what's it been like working with Sun?
Son is so patient and so kind. He a lot like I said earlier, with all the players like helping each other and communicating problems through, he'll just let all that happen. And if he sees something that like he thinks he needs to like bring up, he will. But most of the time it's players, and then he'll usually give us a VOD after blocks. And the way he like explains like the macro of it, like how we should play for space and like how we should think about our decisions and like just our thought process of going into future fights. It's really easy for everybody to understand and be put onto the same level. I really like him a lot. And the assistant coach that helps him out is always good for giving feedback and helping Son on the side. I think it's a really good pair for the team.
Awesome. Well, going into your next match against Team Z, do you have any expectations for this one?
I think we should get another 3-0. Practice is still really good against the top teams. We 3-0 against Sakura pretty easily. So I think we should be expecting another 3-0 against Team Z.
Gotcha. Is there any composition or player that you're particularly looking out for in this next game?
It's more so like I'm half joking, but probably just we'll either see Peace on Genji and they'll try and play for that, or we'll probably see Jutsu come back in which we'll probably just see like normal comps. I'm not too familiar with what they do these days, but I think they still like to play a lot of Wing Curie, but I'm not too sure about it. If they play Wing Curie or Lucio Curie, it's not going to change my mind all too much. I think it still should be really easy 3-0s.
Gotcha. So how are you treating these next couple of weeks before playoffs? Should be quite straightforward games for the most part, but at the end of it, you have the most important matches. Are you thinking ahead to playoffs already? How are you managing the preparation?
Our practice recently has been really efficient. We learned a lot and we just keep going forward. Obviously, with our next 2 weeks, it's going to be easier games, so we don't have to put too much thought into those games. So we're just going to keep going day by day with practice, keep trying to learn, improve, get new ideas. When it comes to playoffs, I'm pretty sure there should be a patch before any of the important games. So it's like something to consider. So with our team, I think we just keep practicing like normal, and whatever happens in the patch happens.
For sure. Yeah, I'm sure we can look forward to a playoffs patch as usual. Well, do you have a message for Team Z before the game?
Good luck. That's all I could say.
They're going to need it. And of course, for the fans, anything else you'd like to add?
Thank you guys so much for supporting Nightmare. We had a pretty tough beginning of the season with just getting used to each other as a new team, kind of. But we're going to do a lot better. We've been improving and practicing really hard. We're going to be a lot better.
Awesome. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Of course, good luck for the rest of your stage and season. That does about wrap up our interview. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Of course, go follow NenWhy and Nightmare on social media. Of course, subscribe here on YouTube and check out our website for all of your OWCS needs, as well as some fun stuff like fantasy. But that's about all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.